What's going on, everybody? I'm about as local gets right now. I know you can't see the bridge. Let me turn it around a little bit here. There's a bridge right there. That is the road I live on. No, this is actually exactly 2 miles from my house. So I don't really come in here too often though. I've fished over at the boat ramp a couple times, and we're actually going, this is the Clear River that we're in right now. Going in towards Mill Pond. Mill Pond because, well, we are a mill village here. So this kind of comes with that territory. Yeah, even though the water level's a lot higher than last time I kayaked in here, it is still some very high boulders right there. There's one right there actually. First time I came through, which was why it was also the last time I came through in my kayak, was I couldn't stop myself from hitting so many boulders before, and I didn't know the water, and I really still don't. I just know there's plenty of boulders everywhere. I'm probably going to drift into one. I drifted out of the way of that one right there. Of course, I'm trying to put my net back behind me and put my rods back where they belong, because I had to go under the bridge, and since the water level is so high, the bridge level is very low at the moment. I've never quite seen it like that before. If I can get my my rattle trap here, this is actually a brand rattle trap. If I can get that out, then it will be okay. There we go. Guys, I'm not breaking my rods, just trying to get my lure out of my net. Oh, there we go. It's not out, it's just, there we go, it's in my hand now. There's one. Come on, there we go. Now I'm pulling backwards. I should have gone the other way through the Clear River itself, which does run right behind my house. I've kind of wanted to always do that, but now that I've already crossed the bridge, there's the bridge, by the way. There we go. There's the bridge. Now I've already gone under the bridge. I'm a little vested in this spot. One treble hook out, and this one has all 3 hooked. Nice. Slowly moving. There's a waterfall. This is a very small pond, by the way. But there is a waterfall at the end, so I won't be going that close to that area, at least. I don't know how much I like drifting backwards, but I guess my kayak's trying to change that anyway. Until we hit that boulder right there. That's gonna put us right backwards again. Man, how do I get this thing out without sticking myself anymore? Yep, I hit the boulder. All right. The net won't be for anything small, so right now I'm gonna have 0 issues with snip. I'm getting into the, there we go. I got a hole in my net to add to the 8,000 holes that it already has, and I still can't even get the net off of this lure. There we go. What are we hitting now? Oh, that same one. Weird. Come on, net, stretch out. What are you doing? I have no idea what's holding us up here. What is going on with my net? Oh, I see. Apparently, last time I used it, I folded it up the wrong way. All right, I got my spinning rod over there behind me already set up now and put in there. Yeah, this one. We're stuck to my shoe. I am not having any good luck today. Hopefully that'll change when I start throwing things into the water. Alright. So now that one's not stuck to my foot, but this one is. My square bill here. I've got to throw this, and even though I don't think red will be the best time for the clarity, seems to be at least a couple feet. How warm is it? Yeah, we're pretty warm. Oh, I got the thing on right there. We're actually 63 degrees. That's the warmest I've seen the water this year, period. All right, going this way now. See, there's a lot of great places to fish. I don't mind having the grass down there and all these boulders. I'll be running my chatterbait through this grass later. We got a lot of laydowns in front of us in some marshy areas. We're about to start getting into the real pond over there. Try to get this before it's too late. All right, now at least get this out of my way. Come on. Feels like I'm at work still. I'm struggling all day at work today too. All right, come on. What are you doing? Why aren't you going? Now, pull this back out because I don't see any current from this, but like I said, that is a river, so it is slower than normal taking us to the waterfall. We are actually, hold on, there we go, we are facing the waterfall now, so we go out and take a right to get into the main pond, but there are areas to the left I wanted to check out. I just gotta stop playing with treble hooks that just aren't agreeing with me here. There we go. These are my work shoes, so I do not mind using my work shoes or cutting my work shoes from the side. A little mesh part that doesn't seem to serve any purpose otherwise. Now, all right, I think we're in good shape now. I'll leave that hanging down because I will be using that soon. Okay, so if you watched the video up to this point, you can just basically forget everything that just happened. All right, so that's grass, but it doesn't look like it's very deep there. Yeah, even with the water level this high, we would normally be on land right now. We're by inches scraping by. And once I get a little bit deeper, like right here, we'll start moving this way. Just to kind of hit some of this covey area with all this laydown. If I can throw my square bill parallel to this vegetation right here, we might snag something. And I think this would be a good place to go. And what do I have? Well, let's not throw the square bill yet. Let's just throw the lipless crankbait. Not the one we just undid from my net, but the one I had already tied on. The one I got from my net is actually an extra. All right, nice and race in the bush. A little bit more. Oh, got no drag on this thing. Good thing I'm not trying to set the hook with this. Okay, I am just fishing myself to where my lure is because I overshot just a little bit. Slow ourselves down some. Whoa, that is deep mud and stuff, muck. All right, got it out. All right, so I said it earlier, but I'm gonna say it again. Forget what you saw. Healthcare. Okay, why are you calling me again? Hey, I am good with my CPAP supplies. I guess they're just gonna call me every day until I'm finally like, okay, go ahead and send them. I guess, I don't know. What's going on here? Ah, I got it backwards. Perfect cast. Definitely not a perfect cast. I'd love to say that's a fish, woohoo, but it's not. I'm stuck on something. Ooh, why is there bubbles under me? Bubbles is always a good thing to, if you see bubbles, throw your lure towards it. Past it, come through it. All right, here we go. So we're stuck on what will be lily pads. But where are we at? There we go. All right, so I'm throwing the lipless here, the rattle trap, and that doesn't go that deep at all. Basically depends on me. Oh, come on. There we go. But if I'm getting that stuck on everything, I definitely don't want to throw the square bill, because here I am getting stuck again. Yeah, I didn't go here last time. Of course, I wasn't fishing last time. It was with my other kayak that I got just before this one, and realized what I need is a real fishing kayak. But I just took it out, and actually this was the first place I took it, and I wasn't very thrilled with it. I had to learn my balance with it really quick, but not knowing about all the boulders and where they're at, they're definitely better now, because I have an idea where they're at. Plus I have the fish finder in front of me. It'll give me an idea where structure is. Wow. Now this is a really deep laydown right next to me. It goes from about 8 inches to about 5 feet really fast. So I don't know. Yeah, I can't get my kayak through there. I don't know if you can see all the wood down there, but I would get stuck on that wood really fast. So I'm going to use this channel and throw right next to that, to grass and the drop off. Yeah, because it's the same side on both sides of it. We're only about, what, 15 feet wide here, and it gets really deep. Well, not really deep, it gets deep fast on both sides. To where we're at now. Where are we at? So we're at 7 feet here. It's kind of, I don't know what. Wait, did a fish just jump at my thing? Did we see that? Did you guys see that? I wasn't paying attention. And before I roll over it, I was trying to at least get to where, yeah, I don't know if that was a fish or my lure just splashing, because I'm not casting the way I should. Yeah, this is definitely, this is something I should be throwing topwater in. Do I have topwater with me? Because if I do, I will start throwing a frog or something. Pretty sure I do. I always try to keep some kind of topwater. There's frog, whopper flopper. I know there we go. I know I definitely have some frogs. I think I have some scum frogs too, and I haven't actually used them as trying to actual fish with them. And those things are pretty neat, because their legs actually kind of work like a whopper plopper. Ooh, don't get stuck to my pants or the seat. Oh, nice. And so the whopper ploppers are great topwaters on their own. So are frogs. And this company's managed to do both. I'm going to do this on 12-pound mono. I do have 30-pound braid. Where do I have it? Yeah, I'm not going to change that one out. Especially since I've already cut this one. Are there no frogs in here? Not even one? Chatterbaits? Nothing topwater. Oh, I got another box I brought with me. Maybe I should have checked before I cut my line though. I do want to throw a more appropriate lipless though. That Guggen one, that's chartreuse and red. Chartreuse isn't bad, but the red, it's kind of, it's the water's too clear for it. So I have the actual rattle trap right there, and it looks like a bluegill, and it also looks like a yellow perch mixed. So I definitely have some confidence in that. What do we have? Oh, that's the one I just put back. Aha! Got a couple frogs in here. So here's a normal frog. Yeah. And here's scum frog. You see the feet right here? With the noise that it makes. And plus there's a big opening right here. So every couple casts I don't need to stop what I'm doing and squeeze out all the excess water that is taken on. Unless I want to, but I don't really want to. How's that? I am ready to be ostracized. Like I said, so you can see my line right here. And actually this is 14-pound fluoro. This is not the rod I thought I was holding. Still, if you're gonna throw a frog, you want braid. I have 30. I do have 50 at home, but I don't have it tied on anything. You want to be able to set that hook really hard, and so better to have a heavy rod if so, and try to get a medium heavy if you don't have that. But definitely the right kind of line will help you. The right kind of line will help you on everything you try to fish. Promise. You have to see a fish has to bite it, and you have to set those hooks in there and kind of make him push those down as you're doing it. See here. This will be a short one today. I don't even know what time it is. It's 3:30 now. I do have responsibilities to take care of at home at some point, so I won't be here for too long. I was hoping to get out of work earlier today, but things happen. Yeah, that is all mud and muck. So I'm gonna try to throw right into that cove right there. Still not quite top water season, or I really shouldn't be expecting anything from it, but I'm gonna try. Then I'll go out into the pond. I'm gonna have to pitch it from this angle. For some reason, I have a complete blank to be able to. Oh, pitch it right into a backlash. Way to go. Oh, maybe I should set my settings for the frog compared to the crankbait I had on there, and anticipate and solve these issues before they're issues, right? And more tips from Skipper. Don't do what Skipper does. Learn from his mistakes. There we go. All right, so now let's just toss it. There we go. At least we get a cast. Hopefully you can see that action on there, because I love it. This is not really a walking frog, but man, You can pop it pretty well. You can plop it with those legs and just treat it like a frog too. Ooh. Something just jumped next to me. There's a lot of bugs going across the water, so I have a feeling somebody just got nabbed. I'm gonna assume by a trout, because the place where they stock the trout isn't far from here. It's only about 2 miles, but that clear river is the only access the trout have to get out of the pond that they're being stocked in. So they come straight to here. How long do they last here before they go into the whatchamacallits? I don't know. So we do have all these lily pads in the making. The leaves are starting to form and they're almost there. So this will be the place to throw frogs at one point in time. Yeah, I still didn't set my settings. What am I thinking here? Not a bad backlash, but still backlash. Yeah, still didn't do my settings. What am I thinking? Another backlash. This particular frog is actually extremely light. When the rattle trap I was just throwing is a 1/2 ounce rattle trap, so you know the braking system's not working for what I'm trying to do. It's working for what I set it to be last time. There we go. That one's a pretty bad one. I thought I was going to go a lot further down than that. We're over a bunch of grass here, a bunch of milfoil. All right, what is going on here? That should not have backlashed at all. Maybe that was set for the frog. Nope, there's the problem right there. All right, more bubbles coming up, but I didn't see anything. I saw where it originated. So bubbles are good. Usually somebody disturbing the ground. Whether it's eating crawfish or something feeding off the bottom. Ooh. Not gonna go very far, wrap around the tension knob. Man, I almost got it. But that's just the knot causing it, not the still getting the rest out. Other than those logs that we stopped at back there, I'm kind of curious how far back that goes. And I knew it came this way, but I just thought it was basically as far as the eye could see. But that goes around the corner, and as far as the eye could see, there it goes. It was still going. I guess there's another knot. Boy, all right. I'm gonna stop throwing the frog on this. Although I think I'm gonna try one more time because this is really starting to bug me. There we go. I don't think there's any more knots now. I just gotta get all the excess off. There was a knot there, but it came right out. Okay, I think I'm gonna title this video Backlash City, because I've made about 1,000 mistakes since I've been on the water, and 3 of them have been backlashes. Man, this goes deep. There we go. Got it. Now, that's going to be a mess. Probably going to cause a knot with this, trying to get it in. Hey, how you doing there, piece of grass? Thanks for playing. Here we come. I'm tangled on something though. Oh. Nice and easy cast. Not so far. Alright. Maybe that's the way to do it. I guess the key to this, using a frog on this, is just to thumb it better. I won't be doing it on line like this again either though. You know, pretty much top water is the only reason I carry braid. Almost the only reason. I actually bat and a heavy rod I like to use for jigs as well, and try to tear a fish through the grass as they tangle themselves up in there. Really need something, some oomph behind it. Ooh. Oh yeah, I backlashed again if you didn't know. I'm gonna reel this one in and definitely call the day with the frog here. Learn from the mistakes. I'll tie on that other crankbait that I was originally thinking. I got a wacky rig tied up on my spinning combo, my Mach 2 Pearl Edition spinning combo. I actually have 2 of those. Right after I bought mine, they went on sale for a really good price. I went to Dick's. It was Dick's exclusive, and told them I just bought this less than a week ago, so they gave me the money back, or the excess money back, to cover the cost of it, and I purchased another one right then and there with that, because like I said, I'm happy with that. I also have my Mach 2 bait cast combo behind me. I'm a fan of Lew's. Their Mach series is great. The reel that I'm actually currently using is the Mach Pro reel. I've just custom painted it purple. That's Outdoor Historian colors. It's purple and yellow. Purple because my kayak is purple, and yellow, well, chartreuse. We'll just stick with that. I'm also on a Lew's rod with this one. I had broken my Mach 2, or excuse me, my Mach Pro rod recently, and I broke it through fault of my own. I contacted Lew's and told them the truth about it, and you know how it is not build quality of what you guys did. You know, no rod could have survived the stupidity I did to break it between 2 boards. However, with that said, if a fish jumps out of the water, I am gonna look at it every time. That's what caused my problem before. There we go. I looked at a fish when it jumped out of the water. My rod tip went down. It got stuck between 2 of the boards, and well, that was it. So Lewis is sending me another one, even though I told him it was my fault. I do have my old one. It still works. The first 2, or actually the first line guide is completely off, and I broke it down to the next line guide and smoothed it out. So will it last long? I don't think so. Will it last for a little bit? Yeah. So I can still use it for now, but I have this instead. This is the Lew's TPX1. Excuse me, TP1X. Oh, what is going on? When I'm backlashing every freaking throw. Yeah, this TP1X is it's a multi purpose rod, so basically for almost anything. Taking that drag down too. What else do I have with me? There's a Mach 2 combos there, so both Mach 2s, and I have, ooh, we're stuck good. This might actually be too good. So I also have my Shimano SLX DC with, on the Guggen Gold reaction rod. The Mach 2 has a chatterbait, by the way. It's a white and chartreuse chatterbait with a green pumpkin, a light green pumpkin crawl as its trailer. I've never had any luck with a chatterbait before, but yeah, I think this one's done. I think I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing. Yeah, that looks really bad in there, and it's deep. I can just see the problem. I just don't think I'll be able to get to it, and I'm not gonna spend my whole day on the water trying to fix backlashes. Backlash number 4, yay! Yeah, I can't even get it to move forward at all. What are we stuck on? Give just a little bit more time, because, you know, I'd like to save my line and, you know, use this rod. Yeah, definitely not. We're stuck in there. That's going to be a complete what is going on? Now it won't even reel up either. So at least try this until just don't see what I'm stuck on. Oh, it could be the whole problem. I don't know what I'm stuck on, but it's going underneath. It's like wrapped around. How did that even happen? Okay. Yep, this one's done. I can still save that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Am I stuck on the grass, or am I actually... No, I definitely don't have a fish. Okay. I don't know where my crankbait is at the moment, but it's definitely bringing me straight over here and not over to where my line is going. I have a feeling I'm about to lose that brand new one. I just took it out of the package, by the way, just so you know. And here we go. We've made landfall. Little island here. Ow. New cut. don't know how that happened still. Drop my line in the water to get that. Almost done, guys. We'll get to do some fishing here soon. I just figured why not go ahead and, you know, reline it. I didn't take that much off of the spool, and it was completely filled, so now we're roughly about an 1/8 inch off of the spool. Should definitely be good enough for some casting. There we go. Now, get yourself stuck around that. What are you doing? There we go. Whoa, don't come back through. I didn't mean to drop that. That looks like a beaver dam here. You can see that? Maybe. A little channel going across here, and that's what we're floating through. In between almost like two islands, I guess. Huh, if we just stayed over there, we've got a swan coming through. I'm sure you'll be able to see it in a few minutes, or a minute or so. Oh, there's the swan. Hi, swan. Pay no mind to me. Okay. I think right here is actually extremely shallow for the whole thing. So we're just going to go back to the little channel that we flowed through. Extremely shallow flat that we're on right now, even though we were already here. There's that swan again. And now we're going into the actual pond. I didn't know somebody had their dock over here either. That's pretty cool. Yep. One of the other places I go to, you have to go around this whole pond and go down the road for the people that actually, where they live on, for that dock right there. And that's how you get to the entrance of it. The spring lake that's near me. It's quicker to walk through the woods. Obviously not doing that with my kayak, but yeah. There is a ton of vegetation here. I don't know if I'm going to be throwing any of the crankbaits. I can try to get the lipless through that, but this is one of the specialties of both the spinner and the chatterbait. Spin and chatterbait's basically the same things, as far as how you fish and how you catch fish. I don't have a spinner tied on, but I do have some spinners with me. The only trailer I have is the one that's on the thing. I didn't bring any soft plastics with me at all. Yeah, you know, obviously I like to be prepared. All right, there we go. I don't know if you see those cars going across. Where you actually see the cars, that is the waterfall. So basically the break in the wall. Fishing from that wall, I love using a jig there because it's vegetation. It looks like it's pretty deep, but the vegetation comes almost to the surface of the water. So, welcome to Harrisville. This is our mill pond. The mill is directly in front of us. It is now apartments and a library. Nice library too. They did a really good job on those. Ooh, is that an eagle? You see it over there? Yeah, that's definitely an eagle. That's a bald eagle. Yeah, keep flying over here. What do you got in your feet? Nothing. Oh, you have something. I don't know what you're carrying, but you're carrying something. Huh. I have never seen a bald eagle out here. Thanks for the view, buddy. We appreciate that. What are you doing now? You're coming back over the pond? Oh, no, you're gonna go land somewhere. It looked like it might have been a fish, or I couldn't quite tell what it was carrying. It was just one of its claws. I don't hear any younglings yelling out there, so I don't think we actually got whatchamacallit. Oh, we got fish down here. Yeah. Maybe he's just feeding himself. All right, if this thing backlashes again, then there's definitely a problem with the way that I spooled the line. Definitely not a testament to my fishing skill whatsoever, right? Ow. Yeah, there's fish down there too. So I don't see any more vegetation here. We're casting very well. That frog was just too much for it. Actually, it might have been too light for it. This is a lot heavier lure. I should have tightened it down. Yeah, I chucked that one pretty far, and I didn't spool it, but it had maybe another 20 feet or so before it did spool. Just gonna kind of let myself float around. I won't get too close to that waterfall. I don't have any interest in that. When I do come back around over to my left side, there's quite a few trees down, and you can see the ditches that feed you know, rainwater and such into the water, so it usually gets a little deeper, that area too. Yeah, still no vegetation. We're at 10 feet deep here. I really had absolutely no idea how deep it would be here. Crankbaits this season are the lipless ones, especially the red ones, the one I'm using now. It's been really, really great. Okay, I knew I felt something on there. It's been great for multi-species. I've caught rainbow trout, there we go. Caught rainbow trout, brown trout, perch, crappie, bluegill, bass, and perch, yellow perch, all on the crankbait. So it's really not what you would normally get here, or get with a crankbait. Normally it's pretty strictly bass that like it, but I'll take it. You know, lipless crankbait is my go-to throw. I'll always start with that because just of the possibilities of what it can catch. All right, one more throw with this, and I want to move to something different. Definitely want to throw that wacky rig. I really don't have much experience nor confidence in it yet. If I can land a couple of those here, that'd be great. We're down to 8 feet here now, and I can see vegetation, but not a lot. It's down at the bottom. All right, so now I think I'm gonna go ahead and just throw the, whatchamacallit, the wacky rig. I'm gonna treat it like it's a, whatchamacallit, a Texas rig. See how it works out. If I can get it out. There we go. I won't even try to put that one back there. So I'm already tied up. Got my wacky rig tool. I got the thing in front of it. I got green pumpkin, purple. I like purple, if you didn't know. Hey, there's a boat floating over there. I don't see anybody in it though. Might have to investigate that soon. You know, it might be somebody just laying down on it, I don't know. But it was not over there when I was over there, because that area that they're floating at is where we turned around to go back into that channel. What are you caught on? Nothing. So for my wacky rig on my spinning combo, you can see the Mach 2 Pearl, I actually have 30-pound braid on that. Yeah, they're coming towards us. If that's just a boat that got loose, they're gonna lose it. So I do have, alright, I have stuff I can try to tow it back with, but I also can't tell what's going on with it. There's something on the boat, whether it's a person or not, I can't tell. It almost looks like it might be a paddle board too, with stuff stacked on top of it. Ooh, that's a nice breeze. Feels nice out. I am wearing a sweatshirt and shorts. 60 something degrees, or very similar to the water temperature, which is at 63.5. That boat seems to be going straight across now, so I'll keep my eye on it. I'll try to save whoever's boat it is. There are houses right there. People have boats lined up, so that could be anybody's. There's a playhouse kind of that way. There's a parking lot there. They usually don't say too much, but there's a place to put in your canoe or kayak there. As long as they're not using it, they let you park there. But there's a boat ramp that's actually on my road, and that's basically the ideal way. So I'm really, just so you know, I'm not too confident in catching anything at all here. I've caught very little out of this pond bank fishing and into the clear river. If it's not, you know, just stocked trout, not catching anything there either. Let's try it this way. There we go. Hey, nice hook. Like literally, that's a really nice hook. Ouch. Put this frog back away. See, that's chatterbait, jig, 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 jig. A couple inline spinners. I really don't have I don't have my finesse with me, so I don't have anything that could handle like an inline spinner. I guess you could say properly. Otherwise, I wouldn't hesitate to start throwing that thing too. Okay, that person was laying down. They're actually on their boat now. I can see them. I definitely feel better about that. If there's trout in here, trout love inline spinners. I'm assuming not everybody's boss texts them, hey, how's fishing going? Question is, what do you think my reply was? I've got 30-pound braid on this too, by the way, if you can see it. I don't know if I hit vegetation there, which I'm gonna guess I did, because boy, the way the vegetation's sitting on there had that thing darting around like crazy. It almost looked like a jerk bait. That's cool. Yeah, you're dealing with these treble hooks. Whether or not you just got a fish or some vegetation isn't initially the easiest thing to tell. I basically came to the point you do have the hook set, but you know, just not nearly as hard. If I hit something, fish or vegetation, I just automatically hook set it. My hooks are actually tangled up now. That's why it was water skiing. There we go. one good thing about the square bills is they float. So they can mimic a dying fish by floating up to the surface after you know, crank them a little bit and stop, crank them and stop, you know, or just do a steady slower and stop. You know, it floats up to the surface, so the fish gets a little bit confused and ends up doing a reaction bite. You throw the lipless crankbait, and it's the exact opposite. It almost mimics a feeding fish. It stays shallow until you let go, then it sinks really fast, or varying sinking speeds, I guess. I usually like to sink very fast. Closer I can get it to the bottom to almost look like the fish is feeding. It's definitely good to do. You know, that's what I try to do whenever I'm trying to do any kind of finesse, whether it's Ned rig or throwing my jigs or anything like that. I'm just trying to tap it off the bottom and mimic it feeding. Basilic, oh yeah, extra full belly from this one. Got a side salad with this guy. I'm sure you're starting to get a lot better view of the waterfall now over there. We're going into the corner of one of the walls right now. I'm gonna pull out my chatterbait. Not soon enough, because here comes a tree. My line stuck in. Yeah, let go of my fishing rods, man. It's not for you. Alright, so now that I'm away from there, pull up that guy. And there we go. Put this guy over here. Grab my rod again because the current is bringing me straight, not even close to the waterfall. It's weird. Come on. Yeah. You always get nervous when you get your rod stuck in trees. And you're gonna break it, you're gonna pull it right off and never see it again. Alright, so now here's my Lew's Mark II. See, it is the combo. And where are we at? Tangled up. Did I just make it worse? Okay, there we go. Like I said, white and chartreuse, but then I got the light green pumpkin trailer. I wanted to throw some white bandito bugs with this, but apparently I'm all out. Slow it down. Chatterbait, low and slow. I also like to stop every once in a while because that allows it to sink some, but not just allows it to sink some, but it flares up the skirt when it does that too. Good thing about chatterbait is it's not completely weedless, but it's almost as close as you'll get to it. You know? Even when you put the trailer on, you got the hook hanging out of the top. I'm just gonna float right into the wall here and then pull it out and show you. There we go. Because there's a couple ways to rig this thing too. Come on, skirt, go this way. So there's the crawl that I have on there. Right? You can also, like, you see how it's even with the bait. The jig head's right in my right hand here, so it goes like this. But if you rig it sideways, and I gotta undo it and redo it, you'll actually get more of an actual fish motion with the tail. And you can see right here, somebody's been nibbling a little bit at this. They didn't nibble enough for me to be able to catch it though. Ah, yeah. Apparently it's Brian's fishing, so let's get a hold of Brian today. I don't know what that is. It's a UPS bag. Interesting. Now we got away from the wall a little bit. Fish around here for a little bit and start working my way back. Once I get back, I'm gonna call it a day. Like I said, I do have responsibilities to take care of at home still. You know, I'd love to be here until basically have to go home and then go to bed. So this chatterbait is actually a clickbait, was what Guggen calls it. It's pretty unique, and I find it to be true. If you look at the package, there's the wire comes right off of the jig head, and if you want, you bend it down and it won't go down as far, but if you bend it up, it'll actually go down deeper, dive deeper. So that part's pretty cool. A lot of chatterbaits you get are not directly attached that way. They're attached more to the blade. I don't know if you see that boat right there. That's the one I was talking about earlier, and actually that's the playhouse right in front of us, and just to the right of it is where that person brought their boat. And you can put your canoes and kayaks in there. This is definitely not an all-day style pond. This is a, hey, I worked late and I still want to go in the water. I definitely can make my way around this whole pond type thing. And current keeps bringing us back towards that wall. Well, the wind does, not the current. I'm gonna start working and getting my way away from this area, because I do, what are we, 12 feet? I do have an anchor, but I don't want to sit in front of a waterfall with an anchor. I've never fished from this side, but there are benches right there in the wall where you can't fish from. I typically just go to the other side, more out of convenience than anything. I'm sure you can hear the waterfall now. That's actually a pretty far waterfall. It's got to be like 30 feet at least. It goes pretty neat. So the Clear River goes through there, and it ends up meeting with the Branch River, and then ultimately they both make into the Blackstone River, a very historic river. If you've ever heard of Slater Mill, which is where the American Industrial Revolution began, in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, that is the Blackstone River. And actually just on the other side of it, they have their own waterfall. It's like 6 feet, but one side is where you actually have fresh water, and the other side is pure salt water. Actually, I haven't even been fishing here in a long time, even from the wall. Last time I was fishing here, it was midsummer, and tons of bugs. So you really didn't stay out there more than 30-45 minutes before you were just too aggravated to try to deal with them any longer. Let's turn this. Yeah, much better. Now I can reach it, let alone reach it. It's also out of my way for paddling. Yeah, the closest we got to the waterfall, we were at 17 feet. And now we're at 9.7. So it's definitely deeper than I thought. Because I know they needed to build this pond to be able to run the mill. I guess you need to make it pretty deep. Towards the waterfall soon. Still really, I can feel the vibration on this chatterbait right now. At this really slow pace, so I'm just going to continue on with that for a little bit. That's what you want. You want to basically make all the noise and vibration you can. Yeah, catch that attention of that bass, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, that looks tasty. Let me eat it." I agree, Mr. Bass. Please eat it. Yeah. We're getting up towards spawning time here soon. We're at pre-spawn right now, so that whole frog thing's gonna start coming into play somewhat shortly. But then post-spawn is gonna be really great, because then you have shad spawn, and then directly after that you have bluegill spawn. And both of those are going to have the bass going crazy, because they've been spawning for a while and watching their fry. So now they're hungry. And if they're hungry, get some food in front of them. If they already have some food in front of them, you want to mimic the shad and mimic the bluegill. Bluegills actually do a couple spawns throughout the years too, so that's pretty good. And if you're ever looking for the bluegill spawn, you'll know when you're close to it, because they stink when they spawn. They smell like rotting fish. So if you smell the rotting fish, start throwing stuff there. Alright. Now that little bit of paddling we just did a little bit ago has proven to be almost completely worthless. Because now we're almost back where we were. So let's go this way. We'll go right towards that red flag with the big smiley face on it. I don't know why that's there, but hey, pretty darn cool. Who doesn't like to smile? Who doesn't like to see somebody smile? It was not windy at all when we first came out here, man. Going pretty good now. I did see a couple fish on the fish finder, not recently, but I have, and really don't have too many hopes to catch any. The wind dies down and paddling becomes so much easier. Sometimes if the wind's blowing really hard, I like to paddle straight into it and see how fast I can get going. Just good workout, feels good afterwards. Just kayaking in general. Oh, wind's back. It kind of, there are clouds in the sky, but if you look up at the sky there, I don't know if you see that. You see all that haze. That's actually from the wildfires going on in Alberta, Canada right now. It sucks that it's going on there, but I'll tell you, our sunsets right now are absolutely beautiful. Even though I am enjoying the sunsets and everything that it brings to us, I hope they get those under control soon. It's never a good thing to have wildfires, especially large enough from Canada to come down here. I've only seen it since I've been here. I've been here 20, how old am I? Hey, almost 25 years now, and I've only seen it twice here. I grew up in Virginia, and I can tell you, we definitely didn't see any smoke from the wildfires down there. We had a couple wildfires a month or so ago here in Rhode Island. And Rhode Island's not that big, so when you have 700 acres being burned up from wildfires, that's kind of scary. There's not a lot of open land. You know, we're in one of the most rural areas right now that Rhode Island has to offer. Or at least this town. Our town borders Connecticut and Mass here. When you start getting towards that corner, and you have some really great Milky Way views. But you do have them where we're sitting right now too, even though it is a little town here. Oh, there's that eagle again, chasing away some birds. He's up in a tree over there. If I can get somewhat close to that tree and they're still there, I'm gonna try to get a couple pictures. I will not disturb it or go near it either. Just make that very clear. I like to let wildlife be wildlife and do their thing. They don't need any interruption from me. I don't like it when I get too close to them and they end up moving because, you know, they're a little bit scared. You know, that's never my intention. That swan's right in front of us now too. I can still see that eagle in the tree over there, but I'm just not close enough to get a good picture of it. I think that's an eagle. It's brown, there's a white head, but I can't, it's just, I can't see any identifying features from it yet. I don't think it's a hawk. Can you hear it? Its call? Anybody know what that is with that call? Alright, that's not a bald eagle. That head just doesn't match. And there goes flying again. And they're still carrying something in its paw. Claw, I guess you could say. Yeah, I won't get a picture of it, but it's right there. I don't think it is a bald eagle. It's definitely a bird of prey. There's zero question in that. It has the colors of a bald eagle. And it's flying behind us. I wonder if it actually does have something in its claw, or does it actually just have a messed up claw? Because why would he still be carrying that now? Hey, butterfly. He's flying towards us now. Yep, we are not going to get a picture. Hopefully somebody will watch this and they'll hear the call from the eagle or whatever it is and be able to say, hey dummy, that's not this at all, it's that. You know, not that I want to hear that, but if I deserve it, there we go. All right, we're back in that really high vegetation now. We're 6 feet deep. The vegetation goes to just a couple inches below the water. Let's see what this looks like here. That is a really loud motorcycle. Hey, it went right through all that stuff really easily. I'm gonna let it sink for a little bit. There we go. Oh, there's a couple Orioles right there. I like Orioles, they're really neat looking. So I hit some grass. That's why I tried to set the hook. So usually like when you're setting the hook too, it's like I said, it's not a hard hook set with this. Excuse me, it is with this one. You want to set it really well because you got the hook that you really want to drive in there. It's the treble hooks, and when I said earlier, like you got to do the hook set, you can do the hook set with your just with your reel. Do a couple more casts, but I'm just gonna kind of work my way in. When I get back to where those boulders are, I wasn't really seeing that much vegetation there. I definitely want to have that lipless crankbait for that, because the whole thing behind that is really banging it off of cover and rocks and things to get the attention. Although it does have the rattles as well and a great wobble motion to it. Yeah, not seeing any fish, but plenty of birds and stuff around me, so no complaints. I got the drag set wrong on everything. I'm stuck on something, so is it completely weedless? No, definitely not. Bad part is I threw it exactly where I wanted it too, so I wasn't expecting this kind of issue. 'Cause I'm right near the surface here, and we're at 5 feet. Yeah, so I'm not right near the surface, I'm right near the edge, and then at 5 feet, so there's a good lay down here. If I could have gotten this to go through there. Oh, I'm actually stuck on a tree or a branch. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Oh, hey, look. Now you're going somewhere. Got one. Stop taking my drag, guy. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I thought I had him. So yeah, wherever that fish is, he was right below where we were, and I thought he jumped up and grabbed it. All right, that's the second time, Mr. Chatterbait. I'll wait till right when I get to it. I lost that other tail. And I still think that was a fish that had me. I just lost it. I did set the hook, but way too late. We're right at the entrance now. This is where we came out, directly ahead of us. And I just casted that way, which is the way we went first. Where I just did literally everything wrong. I'm not going back over there now. I don't want to bring that back again. That's frustrating. I mean, it's frustrating not catching a fish on its own, obviously. We always want to catch fish, is what we do this for. But it's much better just to be out here than anything. But you start making stupid mistakes where you know better. Yeah, you can't deal with that here. Go. Yeah, we'll call it a day with this chatterbait. Yeah, haven't really caught fish in it. Caught a couple, but not many. I like it still. It's really, what do I say here? It's obvious. It's very obvious if you've ever thrown one or if you've never thrown one. It's very obvious on why it is such a strong fish catcher. Yeah. You see it very fast. Hey, let's not try to kill our rod there. Seeing a lot of disturbances on the water. Most of it's bugs, but I think a lot of it's just wind kind of swirling. It's one of the things you look for bass, especially if you're fishing towards the surface and you see a swirl like that coming towards your bait. Good chance that's a bass. You know, so keep your eyes extra open. Oh, something just went up ahead in front of me. I don't know what that was, but I definitely saw something break the surface of the water. There it goes again. Now it's swirling, just like I said before. Come on, get out of there. Stop sticking on everything. So treble hooks are really great for catching fish. And quite literally, everything else too. Good cast. No, not a good cast. You went right over that tree. There you go. That might still be okay. No, you just spooked that fish. Now you're tangled up with your hooks. There we go. Untangle now. Much better. Yeah, there's a good chance that last cast could have caught a fish if I wasn't making so much noise and disturbing it and spooking it beforehand. I will cast here quite a few times because I've seen that thing on the surface more than once. It might have been a snapping turtle too, because I didn't see anything jumping out or anything like that. come on. Stay. Good, good, good. That's right where I want to be. Question now is how many fish are just watching. They're probably laughing at me. Ah, that guy thinks he's gonna get us with that, huh? Do I not have a scupper in? Oh, that's what I'm hearing. It has a transducer mount on the bottom, which is basically its own designated scupper. I normally, unless it's really heavy water, I don't keep scuppers in. Or I don't take the scuppers out. I like to keep them in. I keep things dry inside my kayak. I'm stuck in this tree, by the way, so I'm getting myself right over to it. I'm stuck in that branch, and then that. This is fluorocarbon, so they're definitely not being very friendly to my line. Oh, whoa, whoa, easy, easy, easy. Stop moving, boat. Ouch, 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 ouch. Huh. A little unorthodox, but got it. Let's feel for phrase real quick just to make sure. Huh, I think we're good. It definitely shouldn't be, but we are. All right. So now, right where we're sitting is where I saw the fish come out more than once, or turtle, whatever it was. That was a perfect cast. That's what I would have expected to do if I skipped it, not actually throw it right to where I wanted it like that. Oh. Definitely hitting the boulders here. It's tough though, because when you feel that, you want to set the hook because you just don't know, well, is that actually a boulder or is that a fish? Picked up some salad. So I guess there was vegetation down here. Oh, why are we going that way? Ooh, at this speed too. All right, calm down there, kayak. That's not what we're trying to do. Like, not even close, actually. You can definitely tell the current is running through here. Because even though I was casting directly in front of me and then reeling it in, that should have started pulling me that way. I started turning around and going the other way really fast. All right, coming in is a lot better than going out. I have the sun at the right angle to be able to see boulders and such before I'm on them. There's a bridge in front of us again. What time is it here? 5 o'clock? Ooh. Guess what happens when you look at your watch while you're supposed to be watching for boulders. There we go. Just scraped right over that whole boulder. Nice. Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. So I've never gone up the Clear River, and I've kind of wanted to always check it out too, because it's right behind my house. I go back there and sometimes fish back there. But what is it like kayaking up a little bit? It's flowing towards us, so whenever you're going on a river, it's always better to go against the current first. Then on your way back, it's a matter of steering compared to paddling, because it's just going to take you where it wants to go. There's a nice little cove over there too, and not something we can get into, but where does it go? And how long does that 5-foot section of water go through? All right, now set this down. I'm not making it under that bridge without pulling my extra rods and stuff down, so I better get on that. Even though I think the one on my rod holder would be fine. And I'll leave my net up too, because it's just under my head, not over my head. So if I can make it, then there you go. When I kayaked before, the water level is so much lower. You can actually, if you look to the left of that bridge, like underneath it there, that platform, that was a good 6 feet down to the water level when I came out before. So here we go. And that side actually looks like it'd be a lot easier to get to. The boat ramp's just on my left side here. A lot of people fish from right here, but then you could fish from that platform right in front of us, but the boat ramp is just before that. It's not the easiest boat ramp to access, but it's right there, and that's where we'll be going back. Yay! Who doesn't like making noise under a bridge? Under a bridge downtown. There's my car. See you soon, buddy. Now, I do know this branch is off. You can actually see right here to my left, that branch is off. Goes a pretty decent ways around before it reconnects. Alright, so now that we're done with the bridge, first things first, there we go. Never leave your never leave your rod handle, your rod so tight when you put the hook on that it actually bends the rod down. It's not bad to bend your rod down, but if you store it where it's bent down like that, it'll easily cause damage to it. And we've all paid a lot of good money for these things. You know, I'd hate, you know, something so stupid like that to ruin it. Okay, rods are back. Let's get this guy away from my foot, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but I do have a rod holder sitting right here, so let's use it. And let's go up the river. There's something feeding on to my left right here. It's pretty cool. Big flat right there. Gonna really take a close look here, because like I said, we're almost at spawn time, so I'm really not expecting that many bass in here, but if they are, they're gonna get ready to start building their beds, and you want them in the shallows, in the shallow flats. And they're very clear that it's a bed for a bass. You won't be able to miss it. Roughly about 2 feet in diameter, just a circle of just nice cleared off area. There's some vegetation here, but we're not very deep at all. It doesn't surprise me. If you go to where the river is behind my house, it's 1.5 feet deep at the most, which is actually right about where we are. It's about 1.5 feet. This is nice. This is peaceful. You know, we'll do some fishing, but right now I'm just enjoying the view. That was weird. There's a line right there separating the water. It almost looks like fishing line, but there's not anything actually in the water. It's just formed its own line there. So this guy's got a pretty cool spot. Look at that. If I lived there, I think I would have a bench out there to fish, something, you know. I'd be ready to fish at all moments and have it easily accessible for me. So we're getting very shallow right here, or at least the vegetation. Yeah, we're very shallow. A lot of lily pads here. So yeah, these lily pads come out in the right time of the year, right time of the day. Start throwing those frogs right from your your yard there. Yeah, you got a good spot, guy. Because it actually only looks like the lily pads will be to our left, but not through the whole thing. It's just beautiful. I like this. So the Clear River goes at least into Massachusetts. It goes right behind what's called Route 96. That bridge is Route 98, by the way. And on Route 96, that's where you find the Conjuring House. We are in Harrisville, Rhode Island, and that's where that house was. That's where the actual story took place. But this river runs directly behind it. I don't think I would be able to get down that far without taking my kayak out, crossing roads, or at least going a decent distance, because there's also another waterfall and then some extreme current right after that waterfall before you get to the Conjuring House. That's right where they do the trout stocking. Yeah, this is just nice. Look at the overhanging trees like this. I'm gonna sit back and just kind of float for a minute. Well, I'll have to steer a little bit because I'm not going into that bush right there. What do we have here? There's a log hanging right underneath me. I assume maybe a branch from this tree. I'm gonna sit back and paddle. I can hear that guy talking at his house over there, even though I can't see his house at all. I can't even hear the bridge behind us. Oh, look at this. Somebody has a rope swing hanging here. 7 feet? I don't know if I'd want to do that, but hey. I know there's some baseball and football fields where the high school plays right to my left. It's a decent amount of woods before you get to it. You see the rope? Alright. It's going to be a little bit sketchy getting through this, but we'll see. Come on, Rod. Be good, Rod. Sweet. Alright. That made a lot less noise than I expected. So directly in front of us is where it looks like that place where I told you it came back around. That looks like what's in front of us. Oh, woodpecker. Not affiliated this time though. Those have a very unique thud thump sound. Oh, so we're starting to curve now, because that house that's right there is also on the road with the bridge. Yeah, we're gonna turn around here. There's more than likely a very good chance I'll be doing this again, but just the river. And I like this. I mean, fishing's one thing, but if, you know, I can only just be kayaking. Quickly get around so you don't get your rod. You're gonna get your rod. Okay. This is a great just kayaking river. I'm not a big like river kayaker either, especially if it has a ton of current. I hate fighting wind and current if I'm trying to fish. So if I can just float around, and it is pulling me. I'm actually doing pretty good, and I've barely paddled. More steering than anything. This is just comfortable. So how fast are we going? 1.3. So I do have a trolling motor. It's not on right now. Setting number 1 of 5 gets you about this speed right here. Top speed at 5 gets you to 4.0 miles per hour. I'd like a little faster, but I'm not complaining, you know. Stuck on something there. A tree, a log or something I didn't even see. It's the problem with the sun one way. You can see it going one way but not the other. Very shallow. Shallow's fine though. If you were to follow this, I'll be able to recognize the particular spot that's right behind my house. Otherwise, you know, most people wouldn't, because it's through a pretty decent amount of woods to get to it. A good half mile of woods or so. Yeah, so we got back to where we started from a lot faster than going up. Took a matter of moments. I am paddling, but I'm not putting effort into it. I'm going 2.4 miles an hour right now. So, hey, so we got skunked again. Whatever, that's all right. Season started, the bite was strong. Catching fish left and right. All of a sudden, the past 2 weeks, I haven't caught anything. Not the past 2 weeks. Not since last week have I caught anything. Actually, a week ago Tuesday. So yeah, I've gone 6 days now being skunked, and I've fished probably 4, maybe 5 of those days. I go fishing.
I found this on the web.
What? I'm not talking to you, Siri. Mind your business for a second. And did I do it? Nope. Alright, now that we're right here, there's a bridge in front of us, and just on the other side of those rocks right there is where the boat ramp is. I'm just gonna kind of coast a little bit and throw a couple. Why are you not making noise? Oh, or you're tangled. So watch your line. You can make, when I say make noise, you can feel the noise. But if you watch the line, like that hook was just backlashed. That was my own fault. I got caught on something. My line was just spinning around there, not coming straight at me. The front hook was caught into the line. So it was pretty worthless even trying to catch a fish with that. And here we go. Get under the boat, and I got about 3 feet that I can cast in. There we go. Yeah, now I'm feeling it. I don't know if you can see my line, but there's wake behind my line, and it's very straight. You know, I'm making a triangle coming out, and that's basically what we're looking for. I'm just letting it drop to the bottom, even though that only takes like a second. It's a very, very fast drop rate. If you're casting, pay attention to it. You know, I saved a really bad backlash by thumbing it at the last second when I finally paid attention to it. And I'm stuck on the bottom. Hopefully I can get it loose when I get close to it. I can't lose 2 crankbaits in one day. Or can I? It came loose for a second, but why not all the way? Or was that just drag? All right. Well, if we have another rain season like we just had, I'll get a chance to see what I got caught on at some point in time. 2 crankbaits in one day, man. I didn't lose that much extra line, but man, I cut off a ton of line off of this thing today. I just re-spooled it recently. I got a lot of square bills in here. Little jerk bait. All what I want. Alright, the golden crankbait. Just gonna tie this on and go the other way. Here's the other rocks, by the way. So the original bridge, this is the Shippy Bridge, was here. I don't know when it was moved, roughly 10 years ago or so. This bridge was closed for about 3 years, and they replaced the whole thing, but it's still in the same spot that it was. This is quite an inconvenience for a lot of people when that happened, because this bridge a detour around this bridge. It's about 5 miles. Because if you're going this way, you're going into Mass. We're about 4 miles from the Mass line here. So if you have to go around to be able to get to that, you're not talking convenience, but at any level. Come on, untangle yourself. It'll get worse. There we go. You hear that? Hear that rattle? From the rattle trap? Of course, this one's not a brand name rattle trap, but it's a rattle trap nonetheless. It's a crankbait, but it goes under the lipless crankbait category. Square bills are also crankbaits. They're just square bills. The square is there to help them dive deeper. A horrible cast. Yeah, it just helps it dive deeper. The longer the bill on your square bill, the deeper you go. They got them where they go down to good 18 to 20 feet. That's almost limits too, because you don't really get fish much deeper than that, because you have what's called the thermocline. You can see on my fish finder right there, the very bottom purple, even though that's not water right there, that is where the thermocline would be. And it's just where there's a pretty drastic temperature change and the oxygen level goes down, you know, too much for fish to be able to survive. They know that, so they don't really go below it. Here we go. Here's a boat ramp. There's my car right in front of us. This is also very shallow. It gets a lot deeper when we get closer to the end before it goes back up. Alright, let's see here. Ooh. Smells like swamp. Not like bluegill spawn, just swamp. Love being just close enough to still tip around. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.